This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
To find out how you can help kickstart our latest show live from Base 6, visit our website and click on the Kickstarter icon. You know, Caesar salad is a fabulous American salad served in many, many restaurants, but not everyone makes it in the traditional style with a nice oil dressing with some fresh lemon and homemade croutons. Well, let me show you how I make mine. Now, Caesar salad requires some really great flavored croutons. So what I have is I had an extra baguette. So what I'm just doing is I always take leftover bread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bread almost like I would do for fondue. I'm going to cut it up into cubes like this. Now I'm going to measure these, I usually use about 3 or 4 cups. To be honest with you, I don't really measure them. I just kind of eyeball how many I'd like to have. But I'm not a fan of the teeny tiny croutons. I like croutons that have a nice size to them like this. And these croutons have so much flavor. I don't think you could make too many because if you had more than you needed for your salad, they're great just to nibble on through the day. Now we're going to go ahead and cook our croutons. So I have one of my 12-inch skillets. Now this is my non-stick, but you could use whatever you have. And I'm going to go ahead and put the heat on medium, and I want the pan to heat up. And then I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of canola oil in the pan. And along with that, I'm going to add 1 minced clove of garlic. Now what we're doing here is we're flavoring this oil with the garlic. And it only takes about a minute or so, but you're going to start to really smell it. And so once you start to smell that garlic, go ahead and take your bread and go ahead and put it right into the pan. And with a wooden spoon, just go ahead and you want to start tossing these breadcrumbs in that garlic oil. Now my bread is starting to sizzle, which is great. That means it's starting to brown a little bit. Whoops, come back. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of toss this around just a little bit. It doesn't have to stay in constant motion, but I do want to try to get all sides of the bread nicely browned. Now this has been about 10 minutes and these are looking just the way I like them to look. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off the heat. But I am going to continue to stir them just for another minute or so while that heat dissipates from the pan, because they'll continue to brown just a little bit more. And then I'm just going to let these cool, and then we'll put them on our salad when we're ready to serve. Now with Caesar salad, if I'm going to be serving it at night, I always try to get the croutons and the dressing done earlier in the day. That way I just have to throw it all together right before I serve. So to make the dressing, what I use is usually a jar or some kind of container that you can shake up in. And so today I'm using one of these tall cruets, they call it. And I'm going to go ahead and measure out a ½ cup of canola oil. I'm going to add that to my container here, along with 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 clove of minced garlic. I'm just going to mince it right in my jar. And then 1/4 teaspoon of dry ground mustard, and about 1/4 teaspoon of some black pepper, and 1½ teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the lid and pop that on top. And then I'm going to go ahead and really shake this up well. just like this. And then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator till I'm ready to toss the salad. So now we're going to put our Caesar salad together. Now, you need to get some fresh romaine lettuce. Now, I actually buy the hearts of the romaine because I find sometimes those outer leaves are not very tender and sweet. So these are the hearts, and I've gone ahead and washed them up. And I'm just going to go ahead and tear them into my bowl. Now with romaine, you do have a big woody core on them, and sometimes that's not that sweet tasting. It can be a little bitter. So I tend to kind of avoid those real woodeny cores if I can. I just pull the leaves off the sides of the stem, but definitely get those nice dark green leaves on the end. Now when you're making a Caesar salad, it's like any other kind of salad, you know, you use as much as you need. Now I'm making a salad for 4 tonight, so I'll probably end up using about close to 2 of these hearts of romaine. And you can see this is not an exact science. You just want to tear it up until you have just as much as you need. You can't really save the lettuce part once it's been dressed. But many times if I'm doing a salad just for 2, I'll have extra croutons and extra salad dressing, and then I can make another one, you know, the following night. But you do want to make sure that your lettuce is in nice bite-sized pieces. Don't use a knife, just use your hands and tear it like this. That looks great. Now the next thing we're going to add to our lettuce is some Parmesan cheese, and I'm using some shaved Parmesan, but you could use grated or shredded, whatever you like. I use a couple of handfuls because I like the flavor of the Parmesan cheese, and then I'm going to go ahead and toss the cheese into the lettuce like this. Sometimes if you put the cheese on last, it sticks to the salad dressing and you don't get it all the way through the salad. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now for Caesar salad, you have to have a little bit of fresh lemon juice. So I have a fresh lemon out of my garden. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half of that, I'm going to run it through a strainer because I don't want to get any seeds. And I'm just going to squeeze that right on the lettuce, and then I'm going to go ahead and give that a nice toss. Now we're going to go ahead and get our salad dressing that we made earlier. It's really important that you shake this up well because a lot of times the Worcestershire sauce and the garlic sinks to the bottom, and we want to get it really nicely mixed together. And then I'm just going to go ahead and drizzle some of this on. You don't have to use all of it. You don't want to drown the salad in it. So what I do is I put some on and then I toss it, and then I'll have a little taste of one of the lettuce leaves, and I feel that that's enough. Great, I'll stop right there. If I feel it needs a little bit more, then I'll add some. Now the very last thing that you want to do right before you serve the salad is add your croutons. Now again, you add as many as you like. I love these croutons, but I think about 3/4 of them will do. And then again, you just lightly toss it. And then this salad's ready to serve. Well, Caesar salad is a great recipe to have in your repertoire. The reason is it really is kind of a fancy sounding salad. People say, oh, I'll have the Caesar salad. It sounds so regal. But it really is just a fabulous, simple salad that you put together. Now, if you want to serve it for lunch or a lighter dinner, you could grill some chicken and put on top of it. It makes a great grilled chicken Caesar salad. Now, if you want to try it at home, just go to our website and visit the On the Side show notes, and I'll have the recipe there for you. And as always, if you have any questions, please send me an email. I'll see you next time.